Hi folks, thanks for watching. I thought we could have a look at Takara's release dubbed Hunter Smokescreen, but there's nothing Beast Hunter about him. If this was decoed after the second version of Smokescreen in the series, the Hunter name may have made more sense. However, even if he was called Skidmark Smokescreen, he would be a fitting addition to your Prime line. The second I saw him, I realized I could use my Beast Hunter's screen as a custom for his frequent mold ally, Blue Streak. This figure simply looks the part standing next to the rest of the Prime bots and is a fun piece of plastic to have in your collection. Let's take a little bit of a look at the packaging. I'm going to bring him back. Obviously, the packaging is from Japan, so it's a little bit different. I've already broken out the bubble, but you can see the Hunter Smokescreen name. Sorry for the glare. If you want his technical data, let's get you up there. There, you got it. This packaging is I don't know. It's not too much different. It's not too exciting. There's Japanese on it. I mean, there's not much else to say. And if you want to see the back of the packaging, let's check that out. It's basically just some product shots for future and currents. Nothing I can read. Not much to talk about. Not much to show. Let's get that out of the way. Even the instruction booklet is very similar. I think I got it laying right here, just in case you want to see it. But there's not much difference. Even the North American line had a lot of the red, black, and white. Let's take a little look at his weapon. Obviously, I enjoy, and many others do, just leaving it as is. It almost feels G1 to have a weapon that just fits in his hand and looks simple, clean. But it does have a missile. Now, I got a little fired up, and I started carving this. Haven't painted it yet, but I plan to paint this guy. But it does plug in and shoot, so let's give that a shot. It works, and it works fairly well. While we're here, let's have a look at some other figures, just for comparisons. Let's have a look at small guy first. This is a Cyberverse Ironhide. Ironhide is one of my favorite Cyberverses from the whole movie line. I know I'm a bit of an Ironhide fan, but he's got good articulation. It looks pretty cool. Can't complain about him. Let's go to a deluxe. I got a Deluxe Swerve here. This is a fun little bot. He's basically, if I could term him, he is a Chevy Aveo Swerve. Or let's call him a Chevy dealership Swerve. I don't know what to call him. But he's a really unique little bot. And I think he transforms like a million. He's awesome. If you can find one of these guys and you don't have to pay out the wazoo, go grab him. And last, let's get a big bot in there. This is a sexy piece of plastic right here. That there is a big Scattershot. He is a Cybertron Defense Team Scattershot. He's after he was upgraded in the series. If you have any strength to watch those series, I'm going to give you a pat on the back. I'm trying to get through Cybertron. I don't know if I could even attempt to get through some of the others. But that piece of plastic right there is fantastic. Let's get him out of there. And let's talk about some of our transformation. Sorry about that, folks. I tipped over the tripod and knocked over the bot. I know I'm gonna edit it out. So let's get back to the transformation part. Let's get rid of the weapon. This guy is fairly known as being a little annoying to transform. I think it's simply a factor of getting in the habit of reverse transforming him the wrong way. The first thing you want to do is bring the shins out of the way. Bring them feet up and close up the heel spur. Let's tab that together. Pretty simple so far. And this will obviously rotate just like you did in the original. And I like to also get rid of that chest plate right now. And I, in fact, kind of work with him pinned together like that, because it's going to leave you a lot of room to take care of the stuff up here. That tends to be a bit of an issue for some people. Now what I do is I flip up the windscreens, or the, I don't know, the windows, and start to head them back and just put them together. If you don't put them together like that, it won't clear back. So that quite simply gets those oriented back and kind of out of the way for now, for the time being. I get rid of his head. It swivels around. And then I pin together, or peg together, the bumper section. There we go. Now this is the part that it's known to be a little finicky, but I think I've seen a lot of people try to do them at the same time, and I think that's what makes it a little tougher than it should be. I just do them one at a time, and all you really have to do is flip the wheel. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, make sure your arms are straight. If your arms aren't straight, it can be a little annoying, right? So let's start over. Arms straight, and then you bring the section that was to the back of the arm to the front. Then we do what I was saying, and you just spin it around. You pin down the ball joint here so that's inside. And like I said, it just, to me, it feels like it's easier just to do one side at a time. And again, another thing that helps me is that these legs are down here. A lot of people will try to do this with this part completed and transformed, and it makes things a little tight. But if you leave all this junk just hanging down, I find this actually fairly easy. So I just tab that in together, right? And then we bring the hood down, and we can peg it in to the bumper right there, and then just make that side panel work. And I know this isn't as it pops out, right? I know this isn't quite perfect yet, but it all kind of just grabs together when we bring the other arm in as well. So like I said, I just do the half, and then same thing here. Flip the wheel around, pin that ball joint in, slide the arm in. And then the only real difference between this and the other side is that there's that little peg that you see right there. You just got to wiggle that in real quick. No biggie. Same as the other side otherwise, though. I pin in the window, or peg in the window. I don't know why I use the term pin. And then I bring down that hood section and peg that in as well. And if you've seen my wheel jack video, there's a bit of squishing, but it's not quite the whole vehicle to get it together. But you can see that's really all it takes to get that together. I don't know where the big difficulty is. And then all you have to do is bring up the leg section. And that leg section has some pegs there. That's going to peg in right there. And you simply just give a little force there so that they peg together. and bring up that bottom section, you know, so that you have rolling space for the vehicle. And that's about it. I mean, like I said in my wheeljack video, there's a bit of a squish that you got to do to finalize everything. But I find that to be the easiest way to transform him. I don't see it as being technically a difficult transformation. So there's a pretty good looking little vehicle mode, if you ask me. My particular mold does have a bit of a divot there, but I think overall the painted rims, the more accurate screen display is just much better. You can see the back wheels are bigger than the front wheels, which is kind of cool too. It's a real neat design on this guy altogether. It isn't perfect totally. It's not like it's one of those Takaras that you have to go get, but I think if you want it to look right on the shelf, that's a good one to go get. I'm going to show some comparisons. Here's a small class. It is a Scout. He, as I picked him up, he looks huge. This is Sky Blast from the Energon line. I know why he looks huge. All his Energon stuff. Let's get rid of that so he's not cheating. Because that's cheating. That's like turning a Scout into a Deluxe, which ain't really fair. There we go. There's a Scout versus a Deluxe. Sky Blast is fun, actually, for a little guy. He's an Omnibot. Let's get rid of him and all his junk. Let's go with a Deluxe. I've got a Deluxe Wheelie here. Wheelie's a fun repainting. He's a more common guy for everyone to compare to. He was obviously a few different jazzes. So I'm sure most collectors have a mold similar to that by now. So that's those two together. And last, let's get a Voyager in. Let's go with animated Grimlock. And if you haven't seen my last video and you don't have any animated figures, please go get them. They're real fun, real intuitive. I mean, you can even make Grimlock talk like Skeletor if you wanted to. I'm not going to do any bad impressions, but he's a pretty cool little figure too. So that's basically covering this Japanese Takara release version of Smokescreen. Hope you enjoyed the video. I want you guys to come back, so I'm going to give you a little peek at what's next. Let's get Grimlock out of here. What I will be doing next is this guy. Now, this may look familiar to a lot of people. It is a mold that's pretty common. It was a 2007 movie mold, but it's actually a third-party knockoff, if you will. It's made by the Arker. This is actually Cliffjumper, and when you see me write down Cliffjumper in the video after, I am not spelling it wrong. It's spelt really uniquely. He's spelt Cliffjumper, so you're going to see that. But this is a neat little guy. I'm going to go into more of what's different from him and the Cliffjumper repaint that was released back then. The funny thing about him is that he was actually cheaper than getting a true Cliffjumper, which is very rare for third-party stuff. So we'll have a little look at him next time I make a video. Also, somewhere in there should be an unboxing. I've got a pile of stuff coming in from different places, so I'll maybe throw in an unboxing video. Thanks for watching again. Hope to see you soon, and I hope you like, subscribe, comment. Please let me know if this is worth me even making these videos. Thanks again. See you soon.